So welcome back guys to We Talk Boxing. And in this video I'm going to be talking about this weekend's up and coming clash between Joyce and Filip Hrgovic, which is headlining in Manchester. Now originally Hrgovic was meant to be Dillian Whyte, but Dillian Whyte had to pull out with an injury. So it now sees Hrgovic in there, and I believe that this is a better fight and a tougher fight for Joyce. And I will be giving you guys my thoughts in regards to who I believe will come out on top. However, we're going to start this video by just going through some of the latest news that's around in terms of boxing. So one of the first bits of news that I'm going to be discussing today is going to be in regards to Richard Torres Jr. Now he is an American boxer who's currently got a record of 12-0, and he takes on this weekend a tough opponent in terms of Guido Vianello. Now, for some boxing fans who listen to this channel may not know who Vianello is, currently had 16 bouts in total, 13 wins with 2 losses and 1 draw on his record. 11 of his 13 wins are KOs, and 1 of his 2 losses was a KO loss as well. But in his last performance, he destroyed and beat up Arslanbek Makhmudov, which was a tremendous win at that pretty much moment in time, because most thought that this was going to be a comeback fight for Makhmudov, but it just wasn't to be. Makhmudov absolutely got destroyed in that fight, got punished, and was lucky to make it to the 8th round where he lost. So this could be a tough fight for Richard Torres Jr., but if he beats someone like Guido Vianello, this is certainly going to be pushing him up the rankings even more as well, because he is a prospect. Richard Torres Jr., 25 years of age, currently ranked, according to BoxRec, the 3rd best American boxer, heavyweight boxer that is. You got the likes of Michael Hunter and Jared Anderson, currently above him, and then just below him, Andy Ruiz, Gerald Miller, Franklin, Deontay Wilder. So yeah, his name is around some good experienced heads, but also he's trying to claw up them rankings. Now he's only 6'2", and he's still quite young in terms of his age, and he's still quite inexperienced in terms of his pro career to date, but he's one to watch out for. So hopefully on YouTube I'll probably catch his highlights, because I probably won't be able to stream it here in the UK, so I will catch his highlights on YouTube. But that's the first bit of news. So yeah, hopefully he could continue doing what he's doing. Other bits of news. So over the weekend, Mikaela Mayer, she obviously beat Sandy Ryan on points, and it was a very, very good display from Mikaela Mayer. Now, I don't normally do a lot of videos in regards to women's boxing, but I watched the highlights on this of this fight, and it was a very, very, very good performance from Mikaela Mayer. I didn't see her doing what she did, because I thought Sandy Ryan was going to be a little bit too big, too strong for her, because Ryan is a beast at times, but it just wasn't to be. I think the accumulation of punches and speed and movement caused Sandy Ryan too much problems, and all the bigger punches looked like it was coming from Mikaela. So yeah, she puts herself back up there now, and hopefully she might be trying to target a bigger fight with her and maybe Lauren Price, which Lauren Price is looking quite dangerous at this moment in time. So that's a tough fight for Mikaela Mayer, but she will no doubt take that. You've also got Derek Chisora. He is currently now the mandatory for the IBF title. Now, providing Daniel Dubois and Alexander Usyk, you know what I mean, if they can make a fight for the undisputed, then that fight will trump it. But if they can't make a fight for some strange reason, then Derek Chisora is the mandatory. Now, is it a fight that I'd love to see Derek Chisora take on? No. But with it being his potential last fight, fighting for a world title, you're not going to get this opportunity again, especially to become a world champion. And he would bite the hand off Daniel Dubois to try and face him for the belt. So if for some reason Daniel can't make the fight with Alexander Usyk, which I believe that fight is pretty much done and dusted. But if the fight isn't made, then Derek, why not? You got nothing to lose, because at the end of the day, you've already fought against Tyson for the belts, lost, and you've had 50 fights. I'm guessing when you were younger, you know what I mean, you wanted to be a world champion. It just wasn't to be. And this is another opportunity. So for me, it's a difficult fight for him to win. I can't see how he wins. I just can't see past Daniel Dubois if they were to fight. But it's an opportunity. Nothing tried, nothing gained sort of thing. And it's heavyweight boxing. One punch could change the game. So if he does get the opportunity to fight Daniel Dubois, should it be at Wembley? Maybe. I'm not sure. I think Wembley might be a little bit too big for the pair of them. I can't see them selling out Wembley. The only reason why Daniel Dubois and AJ sold out Wembley is because of Anthony Joshua. No disrespect to Daniel Dubois, but AJ's the bigger name. But I can't see these two selling out somewhere like Wembley, which is what Derek wants. But maybe somewhere like Spurs. That could be an option, because Spurs isn't as big as Wembley, so that could be an option. But yeah, if he does get the opportunity, he has to take it, because this will be his last opportunity to ever fight for a world title. And he says it's his last fight, so you just got to go for it. So now we're getting to that point. Just going to give you guys my prediction potentially over the weekend between the main event of the Manchester card between Joe Joyce and Filip Hrgovic. Now, I'm going to go with a Joe Joyce win on points. Now, my reasoning for this is that both guys are very good boxers. Both guys carry power. But I feel as if Joe Joyce knows that this is his last opportunity. With Hrgovic, yes, you lose, you know what I mean, have a bit of rest, come back sort of thing. And we haven't seen Hrgovic for a while. This is the first time we've seen Hrgovic, and he's, you know what I mean, he hasn't done any interviews, he's bam straight into a fight sort of thing. So I don't know where he's at, I don't know what he's been doing. But I just feel as if he's going to be asked a lot of questions from Joe Joyce. And Joe, don't get me wrong, Joe Joyce is going to be asked a lot of questions from Hrgovic as well. But I just feel as if Joe Joyce knows that this is it. So I think we're going to potentially see the performance of his career. And I think that I don't think that he will stop Hrgovic, but I think that he's going to leave it all in the ring, and he's going to let his hands go. He's going to try not to get caught with too many silly shots. Hopefully we see more head movement, but he's going to do what Joe Joyce does, and that's by coming forward constantly. He's going to put a lot of pressure on Hrgovic. He's not going to give him any time to rest and to recuperate. So I just think he's going to be a little bit too much for Hrgovic. Now, it is boxing, it is heavyweight boxing, so anything could happen. Anyone could get knocked out, but I think if we don't see a knockout and it does go to points, then I feel as if Joe Joyce is going to win it on points by just being able to work and throw that a little bit more. So for me, I'm going for a Joe Joyce win. But yeah, hopefully it should be a good fight. I think it will go to 10 rounds, the full 10 rounds. But as I said, it is heavyweight boxing. Anything can happen. But these are my thoughts in regards to this weekend's main event between the pair. And it would just be good to see both guys back in the ring. And hopefully it could be a very, very good fight. And you never know, if it's a very close fight, we might want to try and see it again. But these are my thoughts. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, guys. And as always, please subscribe and comment. Bless.